Welcome back to Writer's Theory. I'm James Winterthorn, and in this video, I'll share 5 techniques to start writing fiction. Welcome back. If you know about what I do here and what my primary focus is, it's generally on novel writing, writing my own novels and helping students write their novels. And I started to think, you know, uh, not everybody's ready to write a novel, not just in terms of having content and inspiration, but maybe they don't have the foundational writing techniques ready to tackle such a long project. So I started wondering what was or what are some ways that a beginning writer can start in fiction and start to build a really good habit for writing. And so that's why I created this video. So this video is a little different than the other top 5 videos. So instead of ranking techniques or books or stories, um, this video is going to go in order of the way that I would approach helping somebody develop a skill set for writing fiction. So that's what we're going to do today. So I have 5 techniques to utilize to get into fiction writing. So the first technique I have is to start journaling. So if you want to write regularly, you need to write. You need to be used to putting words down either on the screen or writing them down on paper. And you need to build that habit of just writing. And so journaling is a great technique for this because it removes the worries that we have about telling a story or what somebody's going to think about the things that we write. So you just write in a journal whatever you feel like writing, whether it's what you plan to do for the day, what your goals are, how you're feeling, what you dreamt the night before. If you want to try to tell a story, whatever it is, just write a little bit every day and put it in a journal, and you can write in it and then put it on the shelf where nobody will read it. Whatever you want to do with that material is up to you. But start journaling, and that way you can get used to the act of writing. It doesn't have to be fiction. It probably won't be at first, but I would start writing something every day, and journaling is a great way to do that. So that would be the first thing I would do, is to start journaling. The next technique that I would recommend is called stream of consciousness. So journaling is very close to this in terms of how it works, but stream of consciousness may be a little more focused in its effort. So what I'm talking about here is like setting a timer. I like to set a timer for this. And for 5 minutes, just write every thought that comes to you. And these thoughts can be as simple as, well, I'm staring at my blank page now. Oh, and now there's words, and now I'm starting to fill up this page. Oh, I'm a little hungry right now, or whatever it is. Whatever thought you have, write it down for 5 minutes straight. And that way you start to develop an ability to just put your thoughts directly onto the page. This is a great technique to get into a different mindset that's required when writing really anything, but especially fiction. So I would do this stream of consciousness technique where you set the timer, and for 5 minutes, you just write whatever comes to mind. Wonderful technique. I use this technique on occasion if I can't get into a writing zone, just to change the way my mind is focused, and get into that subconscious writing zone that I seek out when I'm writing. So that's the next thing that I would do, is to do a stream of consciousness technique. Maybe do it several times, and you'll start to develop that mindset as you write. The next thing that I would do is not necessarily drafting or writing, but it's planning. And so, whether this is a character profile or the details of a world that inspires you, or even if you have ideas about what a plot looks like, don't worry too much about how or what should be in it. Just write some stuff down. So, if you have a cool character in mind, write that character's name down. What does this character look like? What is their background? Where have they been? And what's so vital to them that's worth telling a story about? And draw out a profile and get to know a character a little bit, get to know a world or a plot, and just have fun with it. Just write out whatever you want, and that way you can start to understand characters that will live in a world, or you understand a little better what an outline might look like, and you can start to piece together different bits of inspiration, and maybe you think about scenes that this character might live in, or a world where things need to change, and well, this is what change might look like, and you can start to see that this will start to develop into story ideas. So I would start to work on profiles. After you get your writing habit down, start working on character profiles, on world profiles, otherwise known as setting. um, and that would be the third thing that I would do if I was to start writing fiction with no background in it. The second thing I would do is I would start using prompts. This is a wonderful technique, especially when you don't have a lot of inspiration or you don't want to burn up ideas that you have already on projects that you don't know where they're going, or you don't know that you know how to take a project through to the end, is to use a story prompt and start writing a fiction piece based off of what somebody else has provided for you. This is great. So you usually, what this looks like is you have either a picture and someone says, hey, write 500 words based off what you see in this picture. Or, and this is something that I like to do, is you're given a paragraph or you're giving a setting, and you read that, and then your job is to be inspired by that and then write the next sentence and then write the sentence after that. And then hopefully you've built up the automatic writing enough that you can continue to tell that story, even though you were given a prompt at the beginning. So you end up making it your own. And with enough prompts, you can flex your writing skills. You can work on dialogue. You can work on pacing in the story. You can work on writing action. Whatever it is, there are prompts that will help you develop the various techniques or aspects of fiction that will help you in your fiction writing journey. If you are interested in some prompts, I have some prompts ready to go. I built this a while ago, so I'll put the link below the video, and it will take you to what I call the Fiction Forge. And you just put your email, and then we'll send you the Fiction Forge, which is some prompts to help start your writing journey. And you can start the process of mastering your fiction writing techniques. So you just go over to writerstheory.com. Like I said, the link is below. Download the Fiction Forge now. It's completely free, and check it out if you haven't already. And then the last thing that I would do before like jumping into like novel length projects for fiction is to start writing some short stories. Hopefully, after you've done the first 5 or the first 4 techniques here, you started to develop some ideas about what to write. And maybe you have some themes in mind that you want to try out. I wouldn't worry too much about the sharing of this content right now. I mean, if you want to submit it out for publication, you want to get on somebody's blog or in a magazine, 100% do that. just focus on this for yourself. And if you're so proud of it, something you put together that you want to share it and see if it can get published, then that's wonderful. But all of these techniques are really to help build our habit to make us better fiction writers. Uh, but once you get through the short stories and you're writing stories of 1,000 words or 2,500 words or even more, you'll start to really build that plot narrative in your head as you write. And then you'll get comfortable writing longer stories. And then maybe one day you'll be ready to write 50,000 words, to write 80,000 words. And maybe you'll even come over to Writer's Theory and I can help you out with that. But those are the 5 ways that I would start writing fiction. So that's start journaling, do some stream of consciousness activities, build a character profile, use writing prompts, and start writing short stories. I think if you do these 5 techniques and you do them regularly, you'll start to build a habit, and your mind will get ready for writing longer pieces of fiction. And you'll really start to know if this is something that you enjoy doing, because maybe it's not for everyone. I mean, I personally think everybody can do this. I think a lot of people really enjoy doing it. And I hope that you enjoyed this process too. So those are my 5 techniques. I'm curious if maybe you're watching this video and you're already used to writing fiction. What are 5 things that you would recommend, or anything you would recommend to a beginning writer to help them start writing fiction? I'm curious to see what your comments will be. If you enjoyed watching this video and you want to see more videos on writing techniques and writing theory, or you want to watch my novel writing process, please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified whenever a new video comes out. So thanks for watching. I hope you found value in this, and I'll see you next time. And this video will go over my top things that do stuff regularly.